Covering the Capitol now, Oklahoma lawmakers will vote later today on legislation that advocates say will help victims of domestic violence.
News 9's Natalie Cruz is live at the Capitol this morning with a look at the impact of the proposal. Natalie?
Robin and Lacey, good morning. The legislation is designed to lessen sentences for domestic violence victims who are facing prison time in connection with a crime against their abuser. Now, Oklahoma Appleseed, who supports this measure, says that this will allow those domestic violence victims a chance to show additional context to the court.
Essentially, what the bill will do is allow people who are victims of abuse to admit evidence of the abuse at sentencing. And that has to be documentary evidence, so it can't just be anybody saying that. And it has to be proved, the court has to rule on whether or not they believe that the evidence that the abuse did happen.
And the measure from the Elgin Republican Tony Hassenbeck, if passed, would allow a judge to limit sentences to 10 years in prison. This is if they determine the person being sentenced is a survivor of domestic violence within 1 year prior to or on the date of the offense. It also allows those currently serving prison time for crimes committed against their abuse to apply for a reduced sentence. Now, in a recent study, the YWCA says there were over 43,000 domestic violence calls last year, which resulted in nearly 1,000 arrests. Other data from the YWCA says in 2021, Oklahoma ranked second in the nation for the number of women killed by men. And if the bill makes it to legislation, then it would be passed on November 3rd. Of course, we'll keep you updated on that. At the Capitol, I'm Natalie Cruz for Oklahoma Zone News 9.